BroadwayAudience.com. We are here at the Bridges of Madison County, which is still in previews. It opens February 20th, and we're going to go backstage to chat with Klena and Kinnunen. Let's go. So you two are from two of my favorite musicals ever, Spring Awakening and Wicked. Oh my gosh. So what was that like coming from Wicked, Spring Awakening, two shows with such a heavy, crazy fan base, right? And coming into roles where the expectations are already there. You know, the fans are like, okay, you're Tay in Spring Awakening, let's see what we have, and you're Fiyero, and they have like an image in their mind of what they're about to see. And then coming into a show like this where it's completely new and fresh to the audience and kind of no one has any idea of what to expect. So what was that like coming in as like kind of originating these roles and coming from roles that like were already created previously?
You go ahead first if you want.
I think it's really refreshing, because we have the ability to do whatever we want and there aren't any expectations for it. Because people haven't seen the show, they don't know the show. We get to create something new every night that people are seeing for the very first time. And there's no like, oh, well, I listened to the cast recording and the original cast member did this and now you're not doing that, so what's going on?
Right.
And they get to come and experience something that's brand new. And that's always fun for me.
Yeah, I feel like going into a show like Wicked and playing, you know, this character that so many guys have done before is a lot more nerve-wracking than, say, you know, creating your own character. I mean, there's yeses and nos, but you know, this is just, I mean, you get to choose however you want to do it. I mean, you get to experiment, you get to set the character, and it's something like, I'm so honored to get that opportunity to do that, and you know, it's such a privilege that you know, we never know if we'll be able to do this again. It's such a unique experience getting to create this thing, and that's always so fulfilling and so, you know, amazing, and it's a cool process.
That's awesome. Yeah. Awesome. Now this is both of your first Broadway preview run, right? Mm-hmm. I know you were in Dogfight and Carrie, and that was kind of working with it from the ground up.
Yeah, totally.
What is it like? Is it very different coming into a Broadway production in previews versus something like that?
I feel like, you know, since it was Broadway, that and Carrie was kind of the same, but I mean, we took the original production and pretty much just redid it. So that was kind of, we pretty much did an original show there. I feel like they're the same kind of process, it's just Broadway's much grander scale. Yeah. And there's a lot more to it and a lot more money involved, and you know, and the stakes are higher. Right. So, I mean, but the actual creating and crafting a show and finding all those little things that'll make a show run for a long time is, you know, it's the same in both scenarios. I feel like that goes hand in hand. It's just Broadway's a much grander scale and there's a lot more to it, and it's fun. So it's been a big experience. That's
awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. Now, preview-wise, how much is it changing every night? You guys open February 20th, right? Yeah. So how many notes are you getting every night? Is it like, are you still experimenting? Like listening to the audience responses?
Yes.
Like, yeah?
I think we've had changes in every single show so far.
Really?
Yeah.
And some of them are very small that like the audience won't even really notice, but for us it's completely different. And then some of them are entire numbers getting cut or a new number being put in. So it's different every show.
Oh my gosh, that's so
crazy.
Fun.
It's great though. I mean, that's the cool thing about previews is like you just try new things every day, and then you find something that works, and you're like, wow, that felt really good. You know, we should stick with that. And then you work on that, and all of a sudden, like they change something else that alters that, and no longer feels good. And you just have to it's a constant like trial and error process because you're trying to get everybody working together and trying new things to click in one show. And once you get all those things to click, then it's about hitting that pocket every show, and that's what we've been trying to do, is get everyone on the same page and everyone feeling that same way, so that we can hopefully, you know, make that consistent and develop a run out of it. And you know, that's the process, and it's fun, but it's constantly changing every show.
Oh my gosh, that is so much fun though. And I mean, I gotta know, what is it like working with Jason Robert Brown? He did the music and lyrics, those of you that don't know.
I mean, it's ridiculous. It's a dream.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think we both have the same experience. There was one day in rehearsal where they were rewriting the beginning of Act 2, and Jason Robert Brown pulled us into a side room and was like, okay, I'm just gonna like play this for you guys and see what you guys think. And we were both like,
working on a new song.
oh my gosh!
Yeah. And we were like one of the first ones to hear it. And he's like, yeah, I just want to get it in your head, and then I'll play it for you. And as we recorded him, basically,
Just
like playing out this new song with scribbles of lyrics down on this little piece of paper on the piano, and we're just like seeing the song that he just wrote for us. It was just like the coolest, like,
you're like witnessing history.
theater nerd thing
right
ever.
now.
Oh yeah, we were both like, did that just happen afterwards?
Yeah.
And he's like, all right, great, now go learn it. So we're like, okay. All right. And and I mean that song's still getting worked on, and you know, but that was like such a cool experience, and he's so epic, and we're both like huge fans of his, and to get to be a part of this and to sing his stuff is
absolutely incredible.
a dream.
Yeah, definitely. That's awesome. Now, you guys play, I feel like, just awesome characters, and I'm obsessed. You guys are just so hilarious from the second you walk on stage to the second you leave. I'm like the brotherly sister dynamic and that playful banter that you guys have going on is really just perfect. How do you maintain though that energy, like constantly throughout the show? You're coming in and out of scenes and like putting in this huge energy shift into whatever scene that you're coming in on. How do you maintain that throughout the entire show, backstage, going on stage? You know what I mean? I feel like it's constant movement.
Well, that's also something that we've been working on through previews. That we, you know, both of our like family dynamics change like every show. We're still figuring out the dynamic of the family and what my role is and what her role is, and you know how our interactions you know affect the family, and but no, it's fun. You know, luckily we get along. And it's fun.
That's funny because on stage you're kind of fighting each
other. No, but like but I feel like that goes hand in hand. Like with good friendship, you're able to go there and like, you know, push her around.
The amount of times he actually makes me laugh on stage is kind of not good. I'm on stage.
No, but it's fun. But luckily, like half of our scenes are like that, like crazy, and we kind of just go there. And but it's fun. Yeah, all through rehearsal, we've just been like messing around and finding new little things that make our characters.
And I think that helps with like our energy on stage. We have the exact same energy off stage. Like we're complete goofballs. And so it just feeds into each other.
That's perfect. So you just kind of like bring it on. You just bring it on stage.
I channel my 15-year-old brother in my
perfect.
yeah, well, because he was like, oh, Bart, our director was trying to get like me to. We've been going back and forth on whether I should be like this wild child or like this, you know, this kid who just, you know, is torn. And we've been playing around with some things. I was like, oh my gosh, this is totally my 15-year-old little brother right now, just messing with either me or my dad. And so that's been pretty fun, is just to play like a little like 15-year-old like punk.
And it's like,
use what you know. It's awesome. Oh yeah, no, it's great.
You know, like you lived that.
Yeah, it's
my
super fun.
mom saw the show in Williamstown and she was like, do they know that you're basically playing yourself? And I was like,
no way.
Yeah, at 14.
Oh, when you were 14.
When I was 14.
Oh my god, that's perfect.
Just crazy and high-waisted pants and nerdy.
High-waisted pants, even those?
Probably.
Stop it. Did you just like take a picture of like your high school yearbook and you're like, yes, this is what we could use for my costume?
Oh yeah. No, but it could have been the same.
Yeah. That's awesome. So super cool. So you were with it from the very start, since Williamstown.
Yeah.
So what's it been like? What's the journey been like since the very, very beginning till now, being with this
It's been great, and it's been so interesting seeing the process of changes and what goes into it and what worked and what didn't and what we need to continue to fix and what we have. And like you, I think, actually have been a part of it for longer because you did a reading of it. And so we've both kind of like been familiar with it, but it's been great to just like dive deeper and figure things out.
That is so much fun. That's awesome. So you guys have a show to do now in a couple hours, so let's get you some dinner.
Right.
Real quick, anything you can say out there? You guys are professional working young Broadway actors. Is there like, if there was one little piece of advice that you can give those NYU students out there hard at work trying to do exactly what you guys are doing right now, what could you tell them?
To seize every opportunity and don't take anything for granted, because everyone knows everyone and all the great relationships you make will pay off in the future. So just try to make as many good relationships as you can and be the best person you can possible, and good things will happen.
I second that and say keep going. No matter what life hits you with, work through it and continue on.
Yeah.
That's awesome. That's terrific. All right, so with that, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you.
You guys are awesome.
Thanks.
BroadwayAudience.com. Come see Bridges of Madison County. Opens February 20th. Get here. They're phenomenal in it.
Say the neon lights are bright on Broadway.